Hey everyone, this is Danny Darling Cosplay as Mrs. Incredible from The Incredibles. We're here at New York Comic Con asking the question of the day, which is, who do you think is the scariest villain? Who do you think the scariest villain is?
Definitely Scarecrow.
Oh.
I think he's so scary. Whenever I play the Arkham games and during Arkham Asylum, I used to be so scared whenever he used to come around.
I think the scariest villain would be Harley Quinn. Simply because she's very unpredictable. She's easy on the eyes, but she's just... something about her kind of throws me off. You can't quite get an angle on her. And that kind of makes me a little scared.
I would say the scariest villain is Magneto, because he could destroy the Earth with his magnetism and the polar... I don't know how it all works, all the science, but I know that he can do that. So I would put him as the scariest villain.
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I'm going to say Freddy Krueger.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Because he makes you feel like you can't even go to sleep without him getting at you.
That is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
I love sleep.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine not being able to go to sleep because somebody's trying to kill you when you sleep?
Yeah. Be sleep deprived or just trying to get killed in your sleep. Who wants that?
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
Normally I'd say Lord Voldemort, but I am not a villain. I am the hero of the story. Therefore, Harry Potter is the greatest villain of all time.
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I'd have to say Bowser.
I mean, I wonder why.
I'm the Koopa King. I'm really the best.
Yeah. Well, you're very cute for a scary villain.
Thank you.
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I think we can both agree it's got to be Pitch Black.
Oh, I mean, that is pretty terrifying. Good thing we have people like you guys to help take care of that.
Yep, she's here to help.
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
The Joker.
Yeah, I mean, I've also heard people say Harley Quinn.
Joker's a force of pure chaos. He doesn't care. He'll do whatever he wants to whomever he wants, whenever he wants. That's terrifying.
That is terrifying. You're correct. Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I mean, the obvious answer is me. He's scarier than Loki.
I mean, also my favorite villain. I'm a huge fan. It's so nice to meet you. Who do you think the scariest villain is?
Darkseid, no hands down.
That's an interesting answer.
Yeah, I just think man technically doesn't really show himself.
Yeah.
Mega beams, everything.
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
My honest opinion, I'll have to say Jason Voorhees, just because he keeps going and going and going. He doesn't stop. He comes back at least 10, 12 times,
What villain scares you the most?
I'm Boba Fett. Nothing scares me.
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I think Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Because she has all this power and she tricks this little girl to steal her voice and to steal her father's kingdom. So I think she maybe. And it's my favorite. Yeah.
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I would have to say Kilgrave from Jessica Jones. Just because the idea of someone taking my free will away is very terrifying to me. And as a woman, he's really horrifying. So
that's an answer I haven't heard, and now that I have, I agree with this answer. 100%.
Yeah.
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I'm gonna go with the Night King, because he can raise the army to infinite, basically. It just goes on and on and on and on. It's unbeatable.
What do you think about how people call you a villain?
I like it personally. I don't know that my character would like it, but I love that element of her. Truly, I do, that she could go either way.
Yeah. Who do you think the scariest villain is?
The scariest villain is definitely the Joker. I recently just saw the new Joker movie.
Oh.
Yeah, and after that, I'm like, yeah, it's definitely the Joker.
I'm interested to see that.
Yeah, it's really good. I would see it again in theaters.
Persephone, who do you think the scariest villain is?
Probably the Joker. Yeah.
Why do you think the Joker?
Because that's the kind of madness that makes you think he was a normal person once, right?
Yeah.
So what can bring a person to the brink of insanity like that?
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I think the scariest villain is Pennywise from It. He can really shapeshift into whatever you fear most and really feed off of that, and he feeds off your fear, so I think that's really the scariest part.
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
Pennywise. Pennywise got it all the way where I left the theater, and everyone made fun of me. That's why I am old, because of him, and I got married.
That also.
More than marriage, but Pennywise. Who do you think is the scariest?
I agree, Pennywise.
Yeah?
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I have to go with Pennywise from It.
Yeah, I met a clown once or twice, and it's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, they're just creepy.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I'd say Pennywise.
I hope I don't run into Pennywise anytime soon. Who do you think the scariest villain is?
I think it's Pennywise. I mean, he kills children.
I can agree with that. Bye! So who do you think is the scariest villain? Comment, like, and subscribe. I'm going to get out of here before I see another Pennywise.